Good evening, and yeah, it's the end of the anniversary season. It's taken a few streams together, but yeah, we are playing Sonic 3 yet again, but we're going to be playing the Knuckles playthrough. An option Sonic 3 Air has that you can unlock is the Sonic and Knuckles title screen. I thought it would be appropriate. So yeah, we're going to be playing the Knuckles playthrough. We played through as Sonic on Sunday. This time, we'll be playing as Knuckles. And they did fix the cutscene in this version. I was wondering before I started if they changed this cutscene. So yeah, hope everyone's day's been going well, and well, better than my last couple of hours have been. But hey, it's fine. I've got things to take my mind off things.
Sonic and Knuckles 3
And by things take my mind off things, I
Knuckles.
don't just mean I've got a whole box. Anyway, this is Knuckles playthrough. I don't recall starting up here in the original game. Hold on. Hold on, I need to check something. Do I have... No, my Switch is downstairs. Can't make it down yet. I'm going to be spreading them out throughout the stream. Where I don't have anything to hand that has an emulated Sonic 3 on it. I need to check. Hold on. On Friday when you get paid, you're buying Sonic Origins Plus for Switch. Nice. I do like Sonic Origins. I think it's a pretty good way of playing. I've not played Sonic 3 Air as Knuckles. I'm being thrown. I need to check if Knuckles normally starts here. Where... Man, I've forgotten how to navigate my own folders. Let's blast them. There we go. Sonic 3 with Knuckles. Where is that? There's Sonic W there. Where's my official Sonic 3 one? Knuckles starts in the wrong place, is he stupid? No, am I stupid for, like, misremembering things? There's Sonic 2. Where's my Sonic 3 one? I should have my Sonic 3 ROM extracted from the Steam version somewhere here. Oh, that's the prototype. There we go, Sonic and Knuckles with Sonic 3. Hold on, I just need to... We're gonna get some double audio, I apologise. Right. Knuckles. Okay, so yeah, in the original release, Knuckles does start where Sonic starts before, so... It must be a new area they added for Sonic 3, the developer of Sonic 3 Air must have added. So that's a really cool detail. So you might have noticed back when we played as Sonic and Tails, Angel Island was, in the water, in the ocean. Knuckles, however, I think you might notice the skybot, well, the background, we're in the sky. Yeah, Angel Island's in the sky. Knuckles' playthrough takes place after Sonic's. I'm going back to the special ring here. Oh, no. Okay, this is the original starting point. Yeah, I know there's another route up there, but I want special ring. So yeah, Knuckles' story takes place some indeterminate time after Sonic's. Angel Island has risen back into the sky, won't be bothering to get the perfects. And his campaign's also shorter overall. He skips a few levels and some levels are shorter, so... Despite starting a bit later, I should hopefully be getting this done in fairly decent time. Overall, this campaign's pretty similar, but... I'd say of this and this Mania, well, I guess this and Mania, this is the one where his campaign differs the most. Right, we'll be getting all the emeralds again because we want to be Hyper Knuckles. And there we go, Emerald 1. And hello. You're here in time to see me have some drinks. Ah. I do like undisclosed brand. Other brands are available, as they say on the BBC. What is it I'm drinking? Looks like go-go juice. It's the go-go juice that you shouldn't give to children. Other brands are available, as I said. Right, as well as his normal move set, Knuckles can also break through these things that you normally need to spin dash through a Sonic. Yeah, Sonic 3 is where they really did multiple playable characters to start, like, and did them properly. Yeah, you need to say hi to both of the cats. Right. So these don't play any differently to last time, so I don't really need to talk about them. I just need to concentrate and make sure I don't screw them up. Hi, other cat. She has a name. This way? Question mark? Yes. Oh, no, we're already at the end. Cool. I didn't have to double back on myself this time. Nice. So yeah, make sure not to spill these, because I'm cursed when it comes to bringing drinks other than water in my room, and I usually end up spilling them somehow. Right. Onwards. Oop. So yeah, Knuckles, yeah. We break through those blocks, we didn't as Sonic, and oops. We can't get up to where Sonic went, so... we gotta go down here to fight a different boss. Or the same boss, but in a different place. Which... boss fights tend to be a little bit harder as Knuckles due to his jump height deficiencies, and also sometimes the bosses get different attacks. And sometimes he gets different bosses entirely. Yeah, the internet around these parts is certainly something. You're not still downloading Doom: The Dark Ages, are you? Or, well, not you specifically. Right, and Knuckles, we get his own specific Act 2. Yeah, Act 1's pretty much the same as Sonic's, although we did see a different, you know... we did see a different starting point. But yeah, Act 2 here is designed specifically for Knuckles' abilities, gliding and climbing. But you're kind of forced to learn... ouch. Kind of forced to learn it, because I don't think... okay, Knuckles can jump that high. It's kind of weird though, because it's the first level of the game, so it's like, I do wonder if this was designed first, before later Knuckles sections, or at least designed to be your first Knuckles section. But then of course with how Sonic 3 released in the 90s, you wouldn't be playing this first unless you didn't get Sonic 3 first. Right here you're forced to learn how to climb. Ow. I don't play the Knuckles playthrough very often, so I may end up playing not as well as with Sonic. That and, you know, I can't shred through bosses as easily. Alright, and that's Knuckles Act 2. As far as I'm aware, there's no Chaos Emeralds there. Ouch. Okay. Oh. That was a bad idea. Oh. I don't know why I thought he would only shoot one from the middle. Right, let's not be an idiot. I suppose today I'm not having to share bandwidth. I don't know if this... Can I do a cheese? No, I can't. Okay. So these Eggman robots out for revenge or something. So, So, with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, if you get the, if you just get the Chaos Emeralds, and you just get that ending, obviously you still go to Doomsday and fight that boss, but instead of, the character standing in front of the Sonic 3 logo, you see, I think in the ending you see, an Egg Robo, sort of come up from, the wreckage of the other Egg Robos. And that's meant to be the one that's chasing you down here. Alright, with Knuckles, we can go over this way. Well, I mean, we could go up here with Sonic as well, but... Right. I could have fought for the Knuckles series. Nah, instead, you get bowling. Just want to see if there's a big ring up there. I don't think I can get up there though. No. Oh well. We're on the bomb route now. Or a lower route anyway. Hold on. That looks like Prime Special Stage location to me. Yes, but how do I get in there? I think I go... No? Do I not fall down from here? An egg robot is seemingly acting on its own to target Knuckles to find the emerald, and hints at someone other than Eggman controlling it. Sets up Gerald in Sonic 3. Yeah, that would have worked. And it would have referenced this game, sort of. I think it's meant to imply that this Egg Robo has just, gone rogue, essentially. It's just acting... It's just acting on its own, I don't... Because, to spoil a, 30-year-old game, yeah, Eggman doesn't show up here. Well... If you're playing on the Mega Drive, he does show up, but it's an oversight, not intended. We'll get to that. Alright. Let's get this emerald here. I don't think we're going to be getting them all before the end of Hydra City, though. We'll have to get them in other levels. This is, well, just the same as last time. Although you will get mini accounts on the internet of setting up the Egg Robos in Mania. I mean, in a way, you could. The Hardboiled Heavies are probably a callback to this, I would imagine. That was probably very loud. I apologise. I just saw it massively clip the mic. I think part of your brain has become a dedicated storage/replayer of the Blue Sphere theme after all these Sonic streams. Oh, it's probably permanently stuck in my head at this point. Just the amount of time I've played Sonic 3. Important distinction with the elemental shields. Only Sonic gets to use their double jump abilities because Tails and Knuckles have their own double jump abilities. But you still get the, environmental effects, you know, being immune to drowning and stuff. Oh no! Oh, there was a special. There was a. This is a special ring. Lock the screen. Right, this boss is simultaneously easier and harder as Knuckles. Which side are you coming from? You can't insta-shield thingy like Sonic, but it's also... you just do this. So it's kind of easier, but you also can't kill it quite as early as you could with Sonic, potentially. Purple Knuckles. I mean, ever since Labyrinth Zone and Sonic 1, this whole water effect was basically Sonic Team showing off. Like, they know how to use the hardware of the Mega Drive to, like, change palette partway down the screen. So in Knuckles, yeah, you can just walk through those, but it's still more efficient to spin dash anyway. But by the time you get here, you're done with it, so you can just walk through it there. I'd say Act 2 pretty much starts like Act 1, like it does as Sonic. I mean, Act 1 basically, you can play it like you do as Sonic, so... So, big ring locations will be just as easy for me to find now. I don't think there's any... no, none here. You know, those big, like, blue droplets that come down, I don't know if they hurt you or not. Is there something in here? Oh, just a one-up. Okay. I was hoping it might be like a giant ring that I didn't know about. Oh well. Alright, big ring should... well, actually no, it's not this one, it'll be on the next slide like that. Alright, up we go. Also, I changed the invincibility theme to the Sonic and Knuckles version for this stream. I thought, why not? Not that we hear it much. There. We did hear it right at the start though, where I just sat letting it run out while I checked something on an emulator. Although I will stress, the ROM I loaded up was a genuinely legally obtained one from the old Steam version, so... no piracy was involved with that. Right. Sometimes these can be a bit hypnotizing to watch. Sometimes my eyes defocus a little bit. Who built all the stuff on Angel Island? Most of... I think it's meant, or at least as of when this game was made, it and like Sonic Adventure, I think it was meant to be the Echidnas. But who knows? Maybe future games could imply more about the ancients from Frontiers. You wouldn't judge if it's pirated. But also, I'm saying that as if, like, you know, in like a sort of joking about like Nintendo way, and it's like, Nintendo's not, you know, this has nothing to do with Nintendo. Oh. You know. Anyway, this has nothing to do with Nintendo, so... Well, I'm sort of saying that in like a Nintendo-y, like, you know, all Nintendo ninjas don't get me kind of way. It's irrelevant. Ah, I can't get it like that. You know, I'm not sure if I'd be able to make this jump given I struggle making it as Sonic. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go this way. Nintendo will find an excuse anyway. I mean, yeah, it's Nintendo. Oh wait, no, I do need to stand on that. Alright, Nintendo... Why am I saying Nintendo like that? Come on. Let's go. My mind's a bit of a scramble right now, so... I'm sure the cider will help, yeah? So the Knuckles routes, I think if you use debug in Sonic 3, I think they do mostly, if not, if you know, if they do exist, I think they might not be finalized. There might be some slight differences. But yeah, they do exist. Like I pointed out, like, you know, I think it's like, I mean, I think it caused a bit of like a sort of mystery. You know, there was sort of a bit of a mystery behind them as well back when it launched in '93, before Sonic and Knuckles was announced. So, I mean, obviously I wasn't there, because I'm too young to have been there. But yeah, I think there might be, like, things they changed between Sonic 3 standalone and the locked-on version, as they just finalized things. I think where they sort of, I guess they figured, like, you know, oh, well, it's not going to be used now, so we'll finish it later, kind of thing. But, there is an instance I will show, well, I'll explain later. I can't show because they, you know, fixed it here. But there is a Knuckles route that you can glitch to as Sonic in the base game, and there's like an obstacle in there that hurts even Super Sonic. But it's just like in standalone Sonic 3, so it's like it shows like just the unfinishedness of it all. Alright. So, this is where Knuckles would send us down in Sonic Story and fight Eggman. So we actually break through to where he was standing before, and we got a bit more level to go. For the most part, I'd say Knuckles' levels tend to be a little shorter, his routes tend to be a bit shorter when he has his own ones. But Hydro Stick to get 2 is actually longer overall. I don't know why they had these things here. You can just climb up the wall. Oh. You can go glide over this long thing of spikes. Wait, no, I can't get down here, that's fine. Ow! That's fine. Right, so we got no insta-shield, so we can't start hitting the bosses early. Even if we did have an insta-shield, we can't jump as high. So when you're playing as Sonic, Eggman actually comes down when he starts doing this. Egg Robo doesn't, he stays higher in the air. So, like I said, some boss sort of behaviours are changed. Ah. Well, I'm not going to get that ring back. Oh dear. Oh, went too far. Right. Let's definitely not get caught in that. So hard to judge when you go off screen. Oh, come on. Still takes 8 hits. Oh, come on. Keep overshooting. There we go. thought this was Sonic 3, not Superstar. No, you see, the boss lasting longer there was just due to my own lack of skill. Not due to the game. Alright, who needs... yeah, who needs to hit those things when you can just... you know... when you can just... climb. That's the word I was looking for. Man, my brain's not working today. I go this way... if I continue on straight ahead... oh, no, never mind. Oh. There we go. This is where I thought I was going. Can't relate. What, to your head not working? oh, brain works at all, can't relate. I didn't read the first bit. I mean, my brain sometimes works, not very often. You guys have brains? I mean, it's not a very responsive one, but it is there. It exists. Gotta concentrate here. There we go. Should be just one more emerald to get. Yep, just one more to get. I try not to, like, uncrinkle the can next to the mic because it makes it clip a lot. Hey, Joe. Unfortunately, all your brain power gets wasted on pointless things like your job. My brain power tends to get wasted there, but it just doesn't always work out. Hello, mini-boss. Alright, I'll take Knuckles up here. Your job is inconvenient towards your free time. I know, right? Who needs to platform? I broke a speed shoes monitor and then immediately went into a special stage. Good, good. Right. Get that. Right. There. Today you was hold on. Today you were set a redundant task. Remove a redundant unused config file. In the process, you learned doing so would involve refactoring an entire module that's also shared, so you're just breaking on things. Oh no. Why can't Knuckles crawl? Because in 2D Sonic, no one can. That's why. Right, now it's got to find the two little sets of blue here. Right, where's the other one? There they are. You say that, Joe. very early in development, the text that says "Get Blue Spheres" did actually read "Get Blue Balls," and I think an English speaker on the team, informed informed the rest of the team what that means. Right, so we can now turn super. Thankfully, being a fan-made modern version, you don't have to worry about turning super instead of gliding. But we'll turn super now and try not to immediately get crushed. English speakers should have kept quiet. I mean, it would have been the butt of many jokes if, if it had stayed. Also, as well as the usual super stuff, Super Knuckles and by extension Hyper Knuckles can climb faster as well, which is quite handy. Again, who needs to use those things when I can just climb? Another big ring here. Right, you know what, let's go this way. Oh, never mind. Can't go that way. We'll go this way. See what this route's about. Oh, why did I get that? The fire shield's not as useless when you're super. Right, so we fight the same boss as Knuckles, but his jump. When you have the emeralds, big rings give you 50 rings, so it's like a nice shortcut to getting super. Yeah, that either doesn't come down as far, or it's like how far it comes down just isn't low enough for Knuckles. So yeah, this spiky thing shows up. Obviously, it hurts you if you're playing as Knuckles without super. If we go by Sonic Rivals continuity, apparently not Eggman, given that Eggman Nega is NEGA. Don't cancel me, Twitter. He, in that universe, is Eggman's descendant rather than alternate universe. I don't know, I go by the Rush continuity where he's alternate universe. I prefer that. Partly this is what I grew up with. Right, what am I doing? Right, Egg Robo is here to mess with the terrain, just like Eggman did before. Getting this upper route's a lot easier as Knuckles. Ouch. Can't remember if I went this way last time, but we're gonna go this way again. Probably Vector then. I think it is. In this act, we're gonna get to a point where Knuckles will have to like turn back and go a different way because you get to an obstacle that's too high for him to jump up to. Can't remember when that is though. Oh. I didn't realise that big ring was there. I probably used it before. Who wouldn't want to make descendants of them? But yeah, but then you get the personality. You know? Oh. If I stayed on the smelling top, I wouldn't have lost my rings. Man doesn't need women, he can code his own children. I mean, true. Given Frontiers. Oh! Really should have seen that coming. Generally, all the girls and guys find them boring. Yeah, we should get to a point though, yeah, where we get to the Knuckles route. Nah, he's not a Chad. If you look up Chad in the dictionary, you'll get a description of what Chad means. But that is like but that definition is the opposite of Zavok's personality. Right, so this is where we would normally go on as Sonic or Tails. But yeah, we conveniently can't climb on this, and that's too high up for us, so we gotta find a different route. What I like about the Knuckles routes in this, as well as obviously just being like, you know, good from a gameplay perspective of having the character-specific routes, it also like it's also sort of translates as, because Knuckles obviously spent his whole life on this island, he knows the ins and outs, he knows all the secrets. Like, he knows all the secrets of routes and tunnelways and, you know, he knows the ins and outs of this island. I think that's just something cool about the Knuckles campaign. Like, it's another cool bit of subtext. It's that thing that I think this game does really well of storytelling through subtext, so... I can't climb on this because it's not climbable. I've got to do this before before it crushes me. Again, Knuckles is technically the hard mode. He does tend to have a harder time overall, even if some of his levels are shorter. And Knuckles gets a completely different boss. So obviously, there's no Tails to airlift him. Now through like, if you manage to like get yourself to this area as Sonic and Tails, either through glitches or just really knowing how to get up there, you can fight this as Sonic and Tails. And likewise, you can manage to get onto Sonic's path as Knuckles to fight Sonic's boss. But it's not something I really ever do. But it's possible. Ow! Rude. Oh, come on. I didn't realise I hadn't picked up any rings. But it's just cool that as well as separate routes, Knuckles gets separate bosses as well. I just think that's cool. But I don't fight this one a lot, so I'm not very good at it, apparently. Oh, really? You can probably get more hits on them than I am if you don't suck, like I currently am. There we go. Yeah, like Knuckles. There's shades of this in Mania. He gets a few alternate routes, an entirely separate level, but it's not quite the same as this because this campaign takes place at the same time as Sonic and Tails. Right, and now we're in Carnival Night. I will address the music. I'm using the prototype music for the Knuckles playthrough, as I mentioned. So yeah, I really like the prototype music for Carnival Night and Launch Base. Ice Caps is alright, but the original retail one is better, I think. Come on. Let me go fast. And yeah, as Knuckles, yeah, we're going through a completely different area of Carnival Night. What's the point of this cannon? I guess that's the point of it. Ow! How was I supposed to avoid that? Come on. Yeah, Knuckles pretty much has his own entire specific route through Carnival Night. And if I remember right, he avoids the infamous barrel. So... Knuckles might have been the only reason some people made it through Carnival Night to start with. Back in the 90s when, you know, it wasn't explained what the barrel did. Oh, no, I should not have done that, really. Yeah, I really like the prototype music for Carnival Night. Especially Act 2. Act 1's is pretty good, but oh no. SMH Knuckles baby mode. Like I said, I'd say his campaign's overall slightly harder than Sonic's. I mean, I tend to struggle a little bit more, but more just because I don't play his campaign as much, so I haven't got as much of it, like, committed to memory. Oh. Right, there we go. But yeah, so we're already at the end of Act 1. It's such a short level. Right, I actually want to fight this thing properly. One ring, there we go. There we go. I can't remember if actually... Do we start in a different place for Act 2? I can't remember. Here we go. Act 2, I really like this track. And I like that the Act 1 and 2 remixes for Carnival Night and Launch Base, like prototype versions, I like that they're more different as well. Right, so we started in the same place, but immediately almost we're off on the Knuckles route. I did the same thing again. Man. I need to be careful with my lives. Maybe I should go into some bonus games. Oh, bonus stages even. Yeah, man. Yeah, in a way, I think I might prefer this version of Carnival Night's music to the original release version. Because the next game I'm announcing after this is a surprise CD and Mania stream. No. Like I said, the plan is to do a bit of backlog clearing, and I'm going to start with Captain Toad because that's what you guys voted for in the anniversary stream, essentially. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. See if I can get any ring. You forgot you voted. I mean, it wasn't really an official vote, it was just like, what do you guys want to see out of these two? So, and it was just like some votes, some liked votes in the comments, so. Okay. Well, I got enough to go super, if I want to. Yeah, I've nearly got enough for a 1-up. Here we go. So you know how I said Knuckles Carnival Night is really short? You don't even fight the boss. It's very short. But you might remember, so this is in service of the story. This is in service of the story. So you might remember I said Flying Battery was meant to be between this level, Carnival Night, and Ice Cap. You would shoot off from, you would presumably, they never officially said, but you would presumably shoot off from the cannon to Flying Battery, and then we know that the plan was to have Sonic kick down the door and snowball down Ice Cap with it. Flying Battery, in the original plan, was basically destroyed then, so Knuckles goes straight from Carnival Night to Ice Cap via a teleporter. Again, presumably one that he knows about. Because, you know, he knows all the secrets of the island. And yeah, this is Ice Cap's prototype music. It's a perfectly good ice level theme, but I think the, you know, the Jetsons Hard Times version is just better. So, and especially like that version fits the snowboarding better, I think, for Sonic's version of the stage. So yeah, Knuckles' shorter Carnival Night is in service of the story, and again, it reinforces that thing of Knuckles knows all the hidden routes through Angel Island. He knows the secrets. You know, he knows the ins and outs, which Sonic doesn't. So this section here, you can glitch into here as Sonic in the original Mega Drive release. And if you're playing Sonic 3 standalone, these like little ice ball things, they will hurt even Super Sonic. So, yeah. Standalone Sonic 3 was very unfinished. Right, we're just gonna super through this, because I can't bother to platform. Yeah, we don't need a platform. We can just break through and climb up. If I remember... Oh yeah, we do have the... We still have the other Knuckles route. Oh. Yeah, like, I love this game's approach to story. It's, again, it's a bit like, you know, it's a bit like a Metro game where there's subtext and background detail. Alright, so we take a different route here. Nope, get the checkpoint in case I somehow mess up with the boss. I mean, I'm Super Knuckles, so it should be fine. This will take slightly longer. A bit like a game you're playing. Yeah! There we go. Why did I hit that now? And not wait till Act 2? Oh well. Yeah, Sonic 2 is responsible for introducing a lot of iconic things, but I would say so is Sonic 3. Obviously you got Knuckles here. You know, having a Super Sonic final boss. Also, the level clear theme have become pretty synonymous with the series going forwards. I mean, it was reused for Sonic 3D, it was reused for Sonic R, it was reused in Sonic Adventure, Adventure 2, Heroes, 06, Generations, Mania. Is this? Yeah, there's a special ring here. There's a handy spring there. It is bottomless pit down there, so be careful. I'm gonna go down, I think. But I'm gonna turn super again, because I want to be super for the boss, because the boss is annoying. It's the same as the Sonic story. Just a very annoying boss. Oh. Can I get some speed? Yeah. Can we see the outside? As we start underground here. You only can see the sky until Act 2 with Knuckles. When you only see it briefly as Sonic, because you quickly go underground. Yeah. Thought there would be a 10 ring down there. Maybe it's there in some versions. We're pretty much back in Sonic's area of the level. It's pretty much the same as before. Right. Come down this way. And go fight the boss. Like I said, this boss is annoying. I never like fighting it unless I'm super, so... You just get constantly frozen and it's just annoying. Right, before we head into launch base, I do just need to take a quick break. I need to go and put some food out for the real-life hedgehogs that come visit our garden, so I will stick us on the BRB screen. I'll be back in a few minutes. Right, we're back. Let's progress next level. Actually, we'll just finish off this one and start the next one. Oh, an ad's in progress. You know what? I'll wait for the ad to finish before I go to the next level. Gives me a chance to finish this. For any who are here instead of in the ad. Well, that's one down. I don't know where to put it, actually. Don't have a lot of space up here. Time for number 2. I was wondering before I started the stream if I need to like put the stream classification on for like the drinking one or technically the drugs one, but I don't know if I'll be getting, you know, I don't think 4 cans of cider would be enough to get me like blackout drunk or anything. I'll just get a little bit buzzed, if anything. 2, you alcoholic. It's not 2 that I've got up here. It's a box of 4. Ah, the ad's done. Right, on to launch base. Now, I again love the launch base prototype theme, especially Act 1 here. It's, you know, it's a more upbeat melody, certainly, but I don't know, I love it. Especially given that launch base, you know, is really the midpoint of the game. That's half of what you had. Crazy, way too much. Ouch. Yeah, I mean, this wasn't, you know, this isn't obviously meant to be a, oh, I'm going to, you know, thingy stream. It's just more, I feel like having a bit more than usual. And also of the tracks, so Sonic Origins. I guess slight elephant in the room. Sonic Origins music. Carnival Night, Ice Cap, and Launch Base use versions similar to the prototypes here that we're hearing, but not quite the same. Mostly not sounding quite as good as the prototypes. I think of the 3, probably Launch Base fares the best. I mean, maybe Ice Cap, but because it sounds the closest, but I think I like listening to Launch Base more because I like Launch Base's prototype theme more anyway, compared to Ice Cap. Right, we will eventually be going to a different route, but for now we're on the same route as Sonic. Ouch. The one nice thing about the remastered tracks for Sonic 3 Air is that it does sort of polish up these prototype tracks a little bit, because you can hear the sort of you can hear the unfinishedness in them a little bit in the actual prototype. Oh. Especially with Ice Cap, where like Act 1 is missing most of the is almost devoid of percussion. So. Oh, no, I thought I was gonna get hit there. Ouch. Oh, if I slide into that, I just go on top of it, okay. Fair enough. Right, oh, come on. I think some of these elevator things, I think in the original release, I think they're meant to go different ways with different characters, at least for this Tails, which apparently was missed in Origins, but I don't know, it's not something I ever noticed, but I also almost never play as Tails, so. Well, I guess I went this way. Obviously, the ending of the level is going to be slightly different here. We don't go in there as Knuckles, we just climb over the top of it. And we fall down to a slightly different bit here. And, yeah, Sonic fought one of these things. We gotta fight two of them. And we don't have an Insta-Shield either. I don't really have a good strategy for this, just try not to get hit. Oh dear. I didn't follow my own advice very well, apparently. Ah, come on. You know, I could probably, like... Oh, I'm back here. I can probably climb on the wall, that might help. Epic fail. Hmm. Okay, yeah. Ah, there's a checkpoint close by. That's better. I thought that's a bit uncharacteristic of Sonic 3 to have a checkpoint so far from the boss. Turns out it didn't, it was just being dumb. This is a bit slow, but this is a safer feeling anyway. There we go. And down we go. Let's try and do that further away from the mic. But really, I wanted to take my break to feed the hedgehogs between Launch Base and Mushroom Hill, just because, you know, that's between the two halves of the game, but oh well. Didn't really work out that way. I started a bit later than I wanted to, really, so... Ouch. Ouch. So yeah, we're more like in the depths of the launch space as Knuckles. We're mostly sort of open sky as Sonic, but yeah, we're more in the depths, and we got some water as well. This is partially a water level as Knuckles. And I think you could go under. There were some underwater bits as Sonic, but it wasn't the focus. I'd say Knuckles probably has a bit more of a focus on it. But yeah, Act 2 for Knuckles is pretty much entirely separate to Sonic's. Ouch. Ah, water shield. Oh, water shield, that's good. Oh. Yep, and opening up that pipe has caused the entire place to flood. Oh, I almost started drowning. Well, in the words of Raiden, we've managed to avoid drowning. I foresee us going underwater for longer. Also, actually, nice attention to detail. I like that the tiles here, like the spikes here, like they've got like, you know, sort of buoyancy things on them to keep them afloat. Entirely unneeded detail in, you know, the kind of genre that just has floating platforms because, you know, they need to be there for gameplay. But an appreciated attention to detail. Ow. Right, so as Knuckles, we skip the first phase of Launch Base's bosses. We don't do like the ball shooter thing. But we fight this and we fight Big Arm. Again, when on the Mega Drive, when you play Sonic 3 and Knuckles locked together, Sonic skips Big Arm. For whatever reason, I don't know why they decided that. I guess they didn't want to have a final boss partway through the game, but... Yeah, so in a way though, it evened out that Sonic and Knuckles had 2 bosses each here. But, yeah. In Sonic 3, you can choose to fight Big Arm or not as Sonic. And I think Origins just makes you fight Big Arm. Man, I'm not having an easy time with him, am I? Whatever this one's called. I'm not sure what this boss is called, actually. Alright, we can't, oh. I was about to say, we can't cheese this boss like we do with Sonic, so... Gliding is your friend here. Anyway, he just continues to play the normal boss theme here for playing as Knuckles. Okay, no, I can't. Can't glide into him. I do wonder if it was designed as a Knuckles fight and they just made you fight it as Sonic or not. I don't know. You know, it does kind of feel slightly designed as a Knuckles fight because gliding into it is like a very optimal way of doing it. I definitely prefer fighting bosses as Sonic though, just in general, because of the insta-shield. I'd be done with the boss by now as Sonic, as you saw on Sunday. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm out of rings. That's dangerous. Oh. Wait, how far from the boss am I? Ow. Okay. Not terribly far. Oh, come on. Oh, really? Well, at least I did that bit slightly quicker, I think. Maybe. Right. I think I'm hitting too high up. Oh, come on. No, my ring, it fell through the floor. God, if I knew I was going to have this much trouble, I'd have come into this with 50 rings to start with. Well, tried to anyway. I'm hitting him from way too high. I think that's what's happening. Right, I'll try not to lose all my rings before fighting him this time. There we go. I swear that starts at different points. Well, so much for not losing all my rings. Come on. Really? Am I being that bad? Right. I've kept my rings this time. I don't know for how long, but... Nope, not for very long. Oh, please, I need at least one. That spinning ball around him is always in the wrong place. Oh, come on. I mean, I suppose that's the point of it, but still. Oh. This might go on a little bit later than usual this stream, depending on how long the... I swear, every time. Depending on how long the Ann Knuckles part goes. Really don't want to run out of lives, so... I've considered it. I'll give it a go. Thing is, if I go for the completely, like, safe when the ball's not there, like, I'm gonna get, like, no hits in on it. Nope, that's a hurt box. If I get hit facing... And I'm, you know, if I get hit and sent to the left with my ring, and I'm on the right-hand side of the screen, that's fine, because I'll pretty much get hit into my ring. Right, at least got a ring going into Big Arm. Nope. Give me my ring. And this really is much easier as Sonic. Well, when you know how to use the Insta-Shield. I mean, is this section here just becomes a bit of a you gotta wait for him to do his attack bit. Again, I like a Sonic that you can hit him while he's down there with the Insta-Shield. It's risky, but you can do it. I like that about fighting this boss as Sonic. Alright. It should be nearly done. There we go. So, much like how defeating that boss as Sonic somehow causes the Death Egg to stop launching properly. Oh wait, no, never mind. This is explained. Egg Robo drops a bomb on us. And we jump off to Mushroom Hill. In which we pretty much get almost forced to go to a special stage. I think you can avoid this ring, but I was going to get it anyway, so... Right. We got 7 Super Emeralds to get. So, like before, the Emerald Hunt begins anew and we lose Super Knuckles, but we'll be able to gain Hyper Knuckles once we've done this. In the original release, Tails doesn't get a super form of the Chaos Emeralds, but he does get Super Tails with the Super Emeralds. But in this, you can choose whether you want how you want Tails to handle Super, and I think in Origins it might just give you Super Tails with the Chaos Emeralds. I can't fully remember. I know you get Super Tails in Mania with the Chaos Emeralds. And Superstars gives everyone a super powers they call it. Which is, well, basically the same as a super form. It's just only very slightly different. Alright, this one I will get a perfect because it makes it easier for me to tell when to start going after the groups, these little groups. Plus, I kind of need the lives and continues at the moment, so there we go. Oh, I got that nice and efficiently. Awesome. Right, let's... have some more. I'm waiting for this result screen. So yeah, Knuckles starts in a different part of the launch base. He gets brought down here by, by the launch base exploding at the hands of Egg Robo. But we will very soon, in fact I think here, potentially, yeah, here, we get brought onto Sonic's route. So what you can do, which I will do, so we're now back in Sonic's part of the level. What we can do is go all the way back to the start, over to where Sonic starts his level. And look, looks like someone's been in here after we closed it. And we can get the big ring that Sonic and Tails get. I like that that's open. Again, just like that little subtle implication that Sonic and Tails have been in there. After Knuckles closed it off when you see him at the start of Act 1 as Sonic and Tails. Nearly failed that one. Right. Again, I think this is the last special stage, so I need to concentrate. Where's the exit? Here. Okay. But they didn't get any of the emeralds, SMH making you do all the work. Well, no, they did get... well, Sonic and Tails did get the emeralds as well, it's just Knuckles has to get them this time as well. Again, this campaign takes place a while, like some amount of time after Sonic and Tails campaign. Angel Island is back in the sky, and Eggman's nowhere to be seen. I'm used to the Retro Engine versions where if you spin dash on top of a box like that next to a wall, it will count as you getting it. Yeah, something that I think it's like the US version manual tries to imply that the Sonic and Knuckles runs take place at the same time, at least for Sonic and Knuckles. maybe not for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but for Sonic and Knuckles, it tries, I think the American Data Manual, yeah, tries to imply that they take place at the same time, and it's like, literally, that cannot be true. They cannot take place at the same time. I just heard a floor creak noise, and I'm the only one in this house. Hold on. Big ring. How do I get to you again? Oh, just by going this way. Right. We'll do you next. Also, you got to be careful when you move into Hidden Palace there. Don't the little circular like thing your teleporter start off on. Don't walk off it and then walk back on it. If you do that, you'll just get teleported out without a chance to try the special stage. Oh, messed that up. Ugh. Oh, that was close. Right, I'm taking this one as safe as I can. I say that. There we go. I did that one a bit oddly, but oh well. Fortunately, you can't skip this. Oh, it's getting really warm in here. I've got my door open, which I normally don't when I'm streaming, just to avoid noise from elsewhere in the house, and so that I don't make and so that I'm not intrusive on the rest of the house as well. But like I'm the only one in this house, and I've got my door open. It's still really warm in here. Right. This boss acts slightly differently as Knuckles, but it's not too bad. I think the the logs that he chops off, yeah, they bounce around instead of going straight, but when you have the fire shield, it doesn't matter. Just do that anyway. Right, I'm gonna leave that item box for next act. Also, I don't know if anyone's noticed the irony. I'm wearing a Mario t-shirt today. It wasn't intentional, it was just at the top of my pile. And yeah, this is the switch Knuckles used to take Sonic up to the upper level, when Sonic played the level. And we get to go through and see his side of things. Don't know whether to go up or down here in terms of finding rings. Oh, it's just an invincibility box. Well, I'll take it. So that would be a showcase of Knuckles gliding, excuse me, but invincibility. Right, I'm going to get to the high route, because I know that's where, a big ring is. These things feel like they've been sped up for Sonic 3 Air. I don't know if they definitely have been, but they feel like they have been. Alright, another big ring. Right. Super Emerald number 4, the one that I hate. Well, this opening section is not so bad, because you don't have to jump. It's from here that I don't like it. And also this one does sidestep the, you know, difficulty of other ones in terms of, like, finding those last few groups or whatever, but it's just so constrained that, you know, one wrong button press and you're finished. Okay. I don't know if the resolution of my little webcam view in the top right corner is high enough to see my... I don't know if it's high, like, good enough to see my eyes, like, tracking the spheres coming towards me, so I know when to press, like, to turn right. I don't know if there's enough resolution there to capture that, but that's what I do whenever I play Blue Spheres, is, like, my eyes was tracking down the screen with the, spheres. Right, we'll have the opportunity for one more special stage before we get to the boss. There you go. Well, we've entered more special stages by this point than we did with Sonic, so that's good. I think I didn't get all the Super Emeralds with Sonic until, like, Sandopolis, so... Yeah, like I'm saying, it is entirely possible to get them all in Mushroom Hill. I just don't know where all the big rings are in Mushroom Hill. I know I could look it up, but... I kinda don't want to. Well, I've looked at level maps when I was a kid for these games, but... Nowadays, I kinda just want to see what I can find on my own. You know, through my own exploration and stuff. For the most part, I'd say I'm good enough at controlling these games that I can pretty much just go wherever I want to. Right, we'll head into the secret area again.
Cheese.
Cheese. Brown bread. Hit the checkpoint just in case. There we go. What type of cheeses James may eat? I mean, if he's like doing, like, when he's done it on like his YouTube stuff, it's mainly been like just standard British, like cheddar or red Leicester. Like his cheese sandwich is like great. Well, when he did that video with cheese, he did like 2 cheese sandwiches, one with cheddar, one with red Leicester. It was like grated, like butter, well, Lurpak spreadable butter on one slice of bread, Branston pickle on the other, grated cheese, and then yeah. Right, so Flying Battery wasn't in the game plan for Knuckles to start with, but when Flying Battery got moved to the and Knuckles half, Knuckles needed another level to play, otherwise his campaign would have been even shorter. So Knuckles kind of just gets shoved into Flying Battery. There's no real routes designed for him in Flying Battery, so... Yeah, Flying Battery's going to look pretty similar. I'm going to try and take the routes that actually have the hidden special stage, like the hidden special stage rings. Oh, I'm hiccuping so much. Can I make it across with a glide? Or just barely made that. Describe what makes a cheese old manish. I mean, I presume he was more sort of saying that in terms of James May's sort of how James May does things, but... Right, as Knuckles, we can glide through this, though. That makes that slightly easier and quicker. Some old people like blue cheese. I don't know if blue cheese is 1970s enough for for James May. Right, we'll go down this way because... Ouch. I didn't get to sew the bit I wanted to before. Aha, here we go. This is the bit I wanted to show off last time, but I went the wrong way. So, these spikes, they just look like spikes. You can push them. And you get to a hidden special stage ring. How are you supposed to know to do that? I only know that from, like, watching YouTube videos. How are you supposed to know you can do that? This is an easy special stage theoretically, but I do need to concentrate or else I'll make a stupid error. I said spikes with an S at the end, not spike singular. Right, just one more emerald left to get, and we should be able to get that in Flying Battery as well. I wonder if anyone main Spike in Mario Kart World. Who knows? Again, I'll probably be boring and just play as my usual main Yoshi. But that's just because I'm boring. Right, so right after that special stage entrance, you can do it again. Again, I do wonder how you're supposed to know to do that. Birdo is Yoshi but with style. I mean, Birdo predates Yoshi, doesn't she? Or whatever... I know there's obviously all the stuff with Birdo's gender that I don't think is ever set in stone, but I think often she pronouns are used with Birdo. I always forget. But Birdo does predate Yoshi, so... by quite a few years. Obviously Yoshi was, 1991, I think, Mario World, and Mario USA, well, Doki Doki Panic, I suppose earlier than Mario USA, I suppose. Hello? Yeah, here we go. Should have been called Mario UK. Well, it was made for the American market by, like, it was like made for Nintendo of America, so that's why it's Mario USA. Oh, come on, where's that last group of 9? There we go. There we go, that's all the emeralds. Yeah, there were plans, like, yeah, Miyamoto did have the idea for rideable, like, yeah, having the rideable dinosaur. That's why Birdo's called Birdo, I have no idea. Was Birdo still called Birdo in Doki Doki Panic? I wonder. I don't know enough about Doki Doki Panic. Yeah, the concept of Yoshi predates Birdo, but yeah, Yoshi as a character doesn't. That's very true. Oh, it's number 2 down. Let's get number 3 out. Yoshi Wars. Okay. Yeah, I don't know much about... I mean, I've seen some stuff about Doki Doki Panic, but I'm not that familiar with it. Can't believe how cold these cans have stayed with how warm it is getting in this room. Seeing as I got these out of the fridge before I started stream. Right, so we get Hyper Knuckles for all the Super Emeralds. Similar to Hypersonic, you get the after images. You get to breathe underwater as well. Yuukan is it Monster. Joe, why would I be drinking Monster at this time of night? Yeah, with Hyper Knuckles though, yeah, glide into a wall with enough speed, and you do that like quake thing which defeats all on-screen enemies. Uh-oh. Whoops. I got it in the wall. Right, with this boss I can just stand here. You totally have one at this time, so I mean, you say that I'm more sensible than... I mean, I wouldn't say this is good for me, drink, but... probably less bad to me than... well, bad to me in different ways than Monster is. I'm not pumping myself full of caffeine and sugar, but I am, like, you know, putting poison in my liver. So, swings and roundabouts. But hey, there might be like, you know, apple juice, you know, in there somewhere, because it's cider. What is it? Your phone tiny? It's cider. Big adult pen over there. Right, we're gonna go the same route as I did with Sonic because it's slightly less dangerous. Oh, I'm spin dashing the wrong way. Oh, if that was the Retro Engine version, that probably would have crushed me. Oh, I love being able to spin dash by mashing all three buttons here. It's so good doing it like that. You know, so many games to play, yet you neglect to play any due to paralysis of choice. Oh yeah, I totally get. Oh, I totally get you. Choice paralysis is definitely a curse. I mean, I'm just here, you know. I've got loads of games I could play, and I'm sitting here playing Sonic 3, which I play, you know, a lot. Although it has been a long time since I've done a Knuckles run, so. I've probably done a Knuckles run of Mania more recently than a Knuckles run of Sonic 3. Thankfully you have one big game you need to finish, so no need to choose. I'm guessing that's Monster Hunter. I mean, my main game outside of like streams and stuff, and if I just feel like playing something else, is Xenoblade. But I need to spend a little. I need to next go on when I got a bit more time because I got a story chapter to do next. Well, I might have some time tomorrow, since I shouldn't be at work. So... There are quite a few games in the backlog, so you're playing Skyrim again. I saw Skyrim described by someone watching YouTube as a game that Bethesda almost finished. Hello? There we go. I never played Skyrim. I played a little bit of Oblivion, but I've never played Skyrim. Alright. We'll do this again. It's not available enough, obviously. I'm always surprised they like Bethesda hasn't decided to do like a Switch 2 specific version of Skyrim, just like partly for the meme, you know. Your preference on no glitch, then why do you play Scarlet and Violet? Right, I'm gonna turn super for the boss here, just to make it easier. Or hyper even. So, when you're playing the original release on the Mega Drive, you don't fight Egg Robo here, you actually fight Eggman because they, I guess, ran out of time to make new sprites for Egg Robo, like new forward-facing sprites for him. So, yeah, you fight Eggman there, but you're not. It's an oversight. It should really be Egg Robo, like it is here. I believe Sonic Origins fixes it as well. But yeah, like, it's another piece of evidence just to say that Knuckles wasn't meant to go through Flying Battery originally. Like, there's no Knuckles roots in there. You know, if we place it in its original level order, it makes no sense for Knuckles to get there. You know. And, you know, theoretically, the Flying Battery, like the Death Egg, is, you know, gone, it's destroyed. You know, when Sonic went through it. But, here we got Sandoculus Zone. We'll just go up here, why not? Wait. Ouch. I was gonna say, oh, I'll try and get enough rings to go hyper. Apparently not. Right, Knuckles has his own route here, which is pretty cool. Well, I think we're back on the main route here. Right, I skipped the checkpoint, so hopefully I don't get crushed by anything random. Let's actually get up here this time. So Knuckles can just, like, glide up those, no problem. Desert levels make you thirsty. Do you mean desert levels? Although Sonic Lost World does have a desert level within its desert world. I still like the wordplay they did there by changing it to Desert Ruins with like a correcting sort of mark. Like that is one thing I like about Lost World. The fact they did that. Let's get to a safer spot. Let's go hyper. Because we're overrunning. so I'm probably gonna use Hyper Knuckles as much as I can for the rest of this playthrough, just to get a move on. And let's fast forward this cutscene. Alright, this thing ain't any quicker. I'm gonna activate it. Strange how he's called Knuckles when you think about it. He's called Knuckles because of his the knuckle, you know, the spiky knuckles. This boss is so nothing that I have enough time to pick up and put down my drink. So Sonic is named after something he is. You know, he runs at supersonic speeds. Tails and Knuckles are both named after something they have, I guess. So, you might remember we freed the ghosts. These ghosts from a capsule as Sonic. Oh, yeah, as Knuckles. Yeah, they're still here. They're still harassing us. And we start the level in darkness, so... yeah, Knuckles is a bit of a harder time at the start of this level. Oh, that's it. Oh, come on. Come on, let me up. Alright, I'm gonna... Sonic Panda is not ready for a character called Feet. I mean, yeah, true. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna try going that way. That way's... I'm an idiot. Why didn't I just do that? I forgot there was a switch right there. Right, now we can just get up here normally. We can get up here normally. Oh, that's a tight squeeze. Yeah. Right. Now, I don't know if Knuckles can go the normal route, but I'm going to go his route. Ouch. Don't know if we're going to get to take advantage of Hyper Knuckles here. It depends if I manage to hold on to enough rings. Never mind. There's a big ring. Right, there is a big ring somewhere here. Yes, we'll get that. I think I should have jumped here. Yeah, there we go. If this game features Knuckles, where's the main character, Wade? Oh, didn't mean to grab that. Oh, I nearly got crossed there. Yeah, it's kind of odd, like, you know, Sonic is, in the classic games, he's the only one that got given a specific super form. kind of felt more afterthoughty than with the others. I do wonder if Knuckles not being in Knuckles much is like partly budget, like just in terms of like cost of the animation and perhaps even cost of having Idris Elba. So obviously I presume the budget was lower for a TV show like that. We can do this a lot quicker with Knuckles. Get these, climb up. No, I didn't really want to grab that. Yeah, they probably should have just made Knuckles animated. One thing is the short that's included with the Sonic 2 Blu-ray, and I think it's on probably on like some streaming service. Drone Home, I think it was called. That was animated. That was just purely animated, technically, in the live-action style, but it was purely animated. I think partly because it only featured Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and a robot. I don't think it had any of the human characters. Right. Is it getting a second season? Who knows? Right, so we have a little bit of a puzzle element here. We're going to raise the sand level so that we can push this block onto this switch so it doesn't close as quickly, so we can get through this door. Oh wow, I'm nearly out of rings. Uh-oh. I stopped the music. Uh-oh. Alright, we'll fight the boss without Hyper Knuckles, but that's fine. Again, I would like to reiterate, don't do what I'm doing in Sonic Origins. You will get crushed. Or don't, well, it's harder to do with Knuckles, actually. I can't sort of get in and stand inside him. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with Shadow. Right, so I said Knuckles' playthrough is shorter than Sonic's overall, at least in terms of levels. Yeah, Lava Reef here is Knuckles' last full level. Oh, whoops. Yeah, Lava Reef here is Knuckles' last full level. So, yeah, after this, it's pretty much just boss fights after Lava Reef is done. Oh, I didn't mean to come down here. You know what, I can't bother with that life. If I want to use Hyper Knuckles, I should probably try and be better at holding onto my rings. I am hiccuping and burping with all that. With them drinking. At least it's not as close to the mic as it is with a headset mic. Oh, come on. Right, Fire Shield. Fire Shield didn't last very long. Electric Shield will do. Would Knuckles... I'm guessing you mean would Knuckles get on well with Kazooie? I feel like... Well, depending on which Knuckle, like which version of Knuckles it is, I feel like he'd like take her insults a bit too personally. Like, at least some versions of Knuckles would take her insults a bit too personally. Right, let's just get enough rings to turn Hyper just to get the boss done quick. Boom Knuckles wouldn't understand them. True. True. Boom Knuckles, they'd fly over his head. Right, this boss is actually a bit annoying as Knuckles, because even as Hyper Knuckles, you can't reach them. So... Kazooie should meet Uni, two sassy rude birds. Oh yeah, imagine conversations between them. Right, that's Act 1 done. On to Act 2. Yep, so this is our last full act as Knuckles. Right, we can't go up there like we can with Sonic, so we'll have to go down this way. Oh. Careful. And yeah, I don't think we can reach... No, Knuckles can't reach that jump to go where Sonic goes. That's fine. We've got a secret passage to go through. I think it's fitting that his last proper level has a pretty different route through it. And considering what Hidden Palace is, well, what Lava Reef Act 2 is next to, you know, aka Hidden Palace. Whoops. Hey, I didn't show this bonus stage off yet, so you know what? That's good. But yeah, given what Lava Reef is next to, I think it's pretty fitting that Knuckles has his own route through it. Again, this is Knuckles' home turf. He knows the ins and outs of this place. And that's why, that's partly how he gets to all his specific routes. That's what I love about how they handled Knuckles here. Ow. Oh, come on. Oh well, doesn't matter too much that I might not go Hyper here, I just need to not die. Oh. I mean, I would say he's more fun here than in Adventure, but that's more just my bias. I like the classic games more than Adventure, although I do like Adventure. Adventure 1 Knuckles I think is fine. I like Adventure 1 Knuckles well enough. I think his levels are designed well enough for the treasure hunting. It's Adventure 2 where it just goes wrong. Oh, the Adventure 1 levels are smaller and the radar, shows you all emerald pieces, not just one at a time. Oh, come on. Right, let's do this properly. There we go. And yeah, here you would see the Death Egg in the background if you're playing as Sonic and Tails. But it's not here. And I think, yeah, this is the stairway you climb up Sonic and Tails, you get knocked down with a boulder into the boss. We don't have to get knocked down there as Knuckles. We've got our own route to go. Oh. And yeah, Knuckles doesn't have a boss here. He just walks straight into Hidden Palace, where gameplay occurs. And that's Hidden Palace, as Knuckles. It was already a very short story-focused level as Sonic, but it's like nothing as Knuckles. I don't know why they bother with it. Look, it's Angel Island in the background. It's not balancing, it's not doing so well, it's teetering a bit. Yeah, Knuckles' final boss is Mecha Sonic. Like I said, he doesn't explode when you fight him as Sonic. And that was important. Yeah, he's still around. But why is Angel Island on the verge of falling again? Well, the Master Emerald's in trouble again. And Mecha Sonic uses it to have his own super form. This is just a really cool concept for a boss. It's totally unique to Knuckles, like to the Knuckles playthrough. Can you do your attack, please? There we go. Yeah, and we can't hurt him while he's glowing orange like this. Come on, do an attack that makes you vulnerable. Don't just spin at me. There we go. Ouch. Right. So yeah, he's got to recharge after certain attacks like that, and that's when he's vulnerable. Yeah, the Knuckles run is just, it's so completely different. It's a different story, different levels, different bosses. Again, and just the fact that they like had the ideas and stuff to do this early on in the series. It's just another factor as to why I love this game so much. Why it's still my favourite. Yeah, the amount of creativity on display in this game, and like just being able to fully realise their ideas. Right, I'm playing a little bit safe here because I want to keep my rings, or ring. Uh-oh. Oh, well, there goes my ring. I have to play it very safe now. Oh, he does a different move. Okay. At least you can start this bit very quickly. Also, yeah, this is, yeah, the Egg Robo does canonically meet its end here, so... Can I skip this cutscene? No. I don't know how many hits this boss takes, though. I've never counted this one. Right, hopefully it will start doing the, like, discharge attack quicker. There we go. Right, if you time it right, you can get in quite a few hits as he goes up to recharge. You just need to not mess up like I did earlier. Oh, wow. Okay, he takes 8 hits. That was really quick when I actually did it properly. Like I said last time, yeah, Sonic pilots the tornado to rescue Knuckles as I guess the rest of Sky Sanctuary crumbles on the way to that fight. So Angel Island is stabilized and starts rising even higher. I would say the background for the credits isn't quite. I think it's a bit less. I prefer the background of the credits in Sonic Story, where he's like, where it's showing Sonic and Tails flying over the ocean. But this one does fit, obviously, because Angel Island is Knuckles' home, so. Slash Banjo. Banjo. So yeah, that's the Knuckles run in Sonic 3, and yeah, like Ben said, it is very different. And it's... Again, they did this in a game in 1994, like a 2D platform in 1994. Like... having the attention to detail for the 2 different characters. Well, there were 3 different characters. Tails has a few routes designed for him. Obviously, his story is the same as Sonic's because he's with Sonic the whole time. But Tails does have some alternate routes that are just for him. Thinking about it, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a mod for this that like adds in a Michael Jackson credit for the sound team. Again, Sonic 3 Air is designed to be moddable. There's lots of mods available. I've been playing it vanilla though. Okay, the credits medley still has the original version of the music for Ice Cap there, rather than the prototype version, even with the prototype music selected. Then for whatever reason, the credits like just scroll up into space. I don't know. But yeah, Angel Island Revisited. Yeah, this is my favorite version of Sonic 3. It's probably most people's favorite version of Sonic 3. It was the widescreen remaster version we got before the official widescreen remaster, and in many ways I do like it more than Origins, but I'm still very happy that Origins exists. Because it means so many people can play the classic games with, the widescreen remaster versions. And the Sonic 3 finally got a re-release. It'd been like 10 years, like more than 10 years possibly, between Sonic Origins and the last time Sonic 3 was re-released. The yellow credits text fly off into space where they become their adult form. Star Wars opening crawls. I mean, hey, Star Wars was, you can see some Star Wars inspirations in Sonic. I mean, the Death Egg is basically Eggman-themed Death Star. My controller's going to sleep. So yeah, that's Sonic 3, both as Sonic and as Knuckles. just before we get, I know it's late, but I do just want to quickly head over to the chatting screen. Let me just close out Sonic 3 Air. Oh no, I'm gonna actually close it. So yeah, that's all the anniversary stuff done and finished, done and dusted, whatever. Oh, let's see if I can find my game drawer. We're getting a lovely view of my shoulder. So, yep, that's all the anniversary stuff done. Obviously, I did all my thanks and whatnot back then. I won't do that again. But it's been nice being able to just chill, relax, and stream classic Sonic. Like, I do love these games. Like, they are probably still like, if someone had to ask me like, what's my favorite favorite series of games? Like, I would have to say those three: Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles. That trilogy of games is just, I can go back to any of those games at any time and just have a good time. So, you know, nice to stream again. Nice to finally do the Knuckles run on Sonic 3. I've been meaning to for years, really. So, I'm happy to have done that finally. Oh, excuse me. And maybe I'll do a Tails run one day. Next up, Forces. Joe, I've already streamed Forces. Like, what, a couple of years ago by now? Again, no. I mean, maybe I'll stream Sonic Forces Overclocked, the mod that's basically a fan-made sequel. I streamed most of it when I showed it off on Sonic Hacking Contest, but I finished it off stream and I actually quite liked it. But yeah, so as I said, up next we got Captain Toad on the Wii U. I need to make sure it's got any like patches and whatnot that it needs before stream. I have no idea how long it's going to take because I don't know how long this game is. Again, Wii U version because honestly, it's designed for the gamepad. I want to play the original. You refuse to watch a Forces redo. Like I said, maybe one day I'll stream the Forces, Sonic Forces Overclocked. Like, I genuinely enjoyed that fan mod. Possibly even more than the original game, I don't know. Like, it was actually really good for what it was. Short and sweet. Yeah, I know it's not too long. But yeah. That will be the next game. And then once I finish Captain Toad and however many streams that takes, I'll then be moving on to Dragon Quest Swords. Again, I don't have much of an idea what to expect for this. I bought this like a year ago, nearly, and I haven't played it yet. So that's what to expect coming up. And yeah, so that is it for today. So as always, thank you for watching, whether you've been here whole stream, part of the stream, chatted, lurked. It is always very appreciated. As I said, next time we're doing Captain Toad Treasure Tracker on the Wii U. I'm excited to finally play this game, which I've been meaning to play for quite a while. So yeah, we will be doing that on Sunday unless something comes up. So yeah, there's no one on that I follow that's live currently that I would raid, so yeah, we'll finish it here. Thanks again for watching and have a good rest of your night.